Dutch angles and stuff with this. Oh, well, mine's Fox 9, so Late Night with Fox, and welcome to a quick video I wanted to do on Incredibles 2, which, look, I got a McDonald's toy. Extendable stomach. Even though she doesn't wear a helmet in the movie, because, you know, rubber skin, but whatever. But, basically I want to talk a bit about Incredibles 2, because... One, if you didn't see my review of it, I love the goddamn movie. It is pretty freaking great, to the point to where I love the aesthetic of it being in the 50s, which I didn't really notice that much in the original movie. And yeah, it never occurred to me that it's supposed to look 50s-ish during the original movie. But in this one, I really love the aesthetic. I love how they brought it to the city. Elastigirl scenes were freaking great, to the point where I'm just like, fudge, yes! I was like, fudge, yes, I want a video game about this. Heck yeah! But yeah, the movie's freaking great. But on the flip note of that, the movie does have some problems. It does. So I'm going to try to bring them up in this video. Basically, first one I had a list, but for some reason I just forgot it. But the first one, at least the one I know, is the villain. So FYI, if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. Highly recommend it. I love it. But one of the bigger problems of this movie is the villain. And being that the villain, not necessarily that it's a bad villain, but you can immediately tell who it is right away. As well as kind of her motivations a bit, which I guess is another part of it. But basically, the villain is the... oh, I remember the other ones. But basically, the villain of this movie is the sister of the television guy who, basically, she invents many things. She invents a whole bunch... She invents, basically, all, like, the TV stuff and everything, and her brother sells it. And basically, her whole thing is that she wants to make superheroes illegal permanently, which I will say that, like, I've listened to, like, some other people talk about this movie, like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. Like, why did she want to do that now? I mean, they were already illegal. What more could you have done? I get one easy way to swipe that away is basically just say that, like, people are already thinking about making superheroes legal again, and maybe then, like, that immediately, like, okay, that kind of works better. Actually, if anything, most of the problems do come from the villain, now that I think about it. But, that was, even, like, her motivation, which, it's an alright motivation, where her motivation is that, her father and mother died, because instead of hiding in the panic room, they call the superhero friends, and the father's superhero friends, but the heroes never come and they get shot. Which, the main villain, Screenslaver, aka the sister, she goes saying, oh, my father said that, no, don't worry, the heroes are going to come. Don't worry, the heroes are going to come. And he died. And I'm just thinking, okay, a couple of things. One, how do you know this? Are there cameras in the house? How did you know what he was saying? Wait, the mother was begging to go to the shelter, but he wouldn't listen. Like, who told you that? Apparently they didn't, because they died. And it didn't seem like you were living with them at the time, because they still seemed very old. So, who told you that they died? Not that they died, that they said that before they died. Big problem there. Second problem is, again, like, the whole thing about illegal, like, the superheroes being illegal, but I guess it was because she wanted her brother. It's because her brother really wanted it to happen, and she, I guess, didn't want it yet. But, it's fine, I guess. That part's fine. But again, but yeah, like that was one big thing. And again, the whole thing where it's extremely obvious, soon as she walks in, that she is the bad guy. As soon as you see her, she's like, bad guy, right there. I thought it was gonna be a duo thing. I thought it was gonna be the brother and the sister, and that it was going to be that the brother is setting all of this up to basically, like, not really be a quote-unquote bad guy, but he's doing it to boost up Elastigirl, basically creating an enemy for her to fight. That way then you have Um, more that way you have the threat that heroes will fight against, and thus bring heroes into the limelight once again. I thought that's where they were going with this. I'm like, okay, but it turns out that's not really the case. It was the whole family thing, which, all right, whatever. But yeah, that was kind of the. And then that was the bit big of that. Like if they would have at least kept it a little bit more. If they would have made it less obvious that it was the sister, I don't know. Maybe make her look a little bit more peppy and like happy, but kind of have the undertones of something different, and like maybe play up more that the brother is actually the bad guy in a sense. Because there's like, and the thing is, this is the same problem I had with Big Hero 6. Mind you, I love Big Hero 6. That is one of my favorite Disney movies. There's a reason why I have the Infinity figures of them. But, Hero, Go-Go, and Baymax. But like, in that movie, too, is like, a better twist would have been, for that movie, a better twist would have been that, you had, because they have the guy where like, oh, he's the billionaire who did this or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's him, he's the bad guy, but it's obviously the other guy who's like the good teacher and stuff like that, like, Hero's brother's favorite teacher, stuff like that. It's obviously him. Since the beginning, it's obviously him. And I'm like, you know, if you want a good twist for this movie and to still keep those same elements, make it that Hero's brother is alive. To the end, basically have it to where it looks like Hero's brother is dead, comes back, and then later on we see, you know, later on, the events of the short movie kind of regular play out as it were, but then when Yokai is actually shown or revealed, you see the helmet mask taken off. Instead of it being the teacher, it's actually Hero's brother. Because on a couple, but basically, in a sense, sorry, but I kind of went off topic for a second. But basically, in that sense, we could say that like he is being controlled in a way by the teacher. Then the teacher's basically telling him to do this for whatever reason. Could be that he's threatening Hero's life or something like that. And then, like, you have, like, the one brother, Hero, with his brother's technology, Baymax, helping save the day, while the other brother is working for the bad guy, under duress, of course, with the black technology that the younger brother made, and thus it's kind of a yin-yang kind of thing. And it kind of worked, I think, a lot better. But, and you can still have the twist that the teacher's actually doing it, but, you know. But in this, it is a similar thing that they could have easily done, where you have... that you could have it to where the main PR guy, you could have it to where he looks like, you can make it to where he looks more like the bad guy, in a sense. He kind of like, he's a fast talker, he's like a smooth talker and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. And then like you could have like the peppy kind of upbeat, oh, I just do these stuff, and I just do a little this and that here, nothing much. Like something like that, have her like a little bit more peppy or nicer and stuff like that. Kind of like a Clark Kent kind of thing. And then... you know, towards the end, we have the flips. We have the switch being flipped. That she's actually the bad guy all along. And something like that. At least that'd be a little bit of a better rewrite. Then still be able to keep everything the same. Just changing the character's design a bit and personality a bit would work a lot better than, oh yeah, I just rolled out of bed. I'm hiding in the shadows in the back. Don't really pay attention to me kind of thing. No, it honestly works a lot better in this case. If anything, a better version is, or at least one that got me more off end, is Wreck-It Ralph, where that ending villain I didn't really see as much coming. I was like, really? Well, fudge. And if anything, that all makes sense on what happens with that villain in the end, kind of makes sense for everything else. I'm like, alright, that's kind of cool, and, like, kind of works. All right, that's kind of freaking epic. And, like, that actually is another one of my favorite movies. That actually did the better surprising. Even the Moana one I got immediately. But yeah, that's a big and bad thing for Incredibles 2. Another thing is, and this is more a side note, but I think it's still kind of bad. It really was just made to get the story going, but it's still kind of bad writing. Is literally the beginning of this movie is the beginning of Incredibles 2, kind of. But on a flip of that, the heroes never learned anything from the first movie. And mind you, I'm not saying anything about like the family thing. Like I was watching Angry Joe's review. He's like, "Oh, they don't feel like a family." I'm like, "Fudge it! No. They feel exactly like a family, fighting, but they actually love each other in the end. All this stuff that's happening, everything felt natural and good for this movie. But but one thing was that like literally, and I said it in my review, a businessman, or better yet, the secretary kind of said businessman, the second head of the businessman comes, gives them a card saying, "I want to bring heroes back," or for whatever, I want to hire heroes. That's the exact first movie. The reason why it's like Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl and Frozone. You three should Elastigirl and Frozone. You guys should fucking know. No, actually, just Mr. Incredible. He's the one who saw the card and everything. He should freaking know. Bad idea, but whatever. It was mostly done just to get the story moving, which alright, but still that's not good writing. Like Mr. Incredible should have said like, I'm still a little bit iffy about this kind of thing, because again, Syndrome did the goddamn same thing. That was my only thing. And again, this only takes place like maybe a couple months, maybe a month after the first one. So that was like a bit of an issue there. But either way, the movie again is still awesome. Those are really my biggest gripes, is that the villain was obvious. She kind of knew something that she shouldn't have known. And with a quick rewrite, you could have made it to where the villain was hidden differently. In some ways, maybe it was more done just so like the kids were like, "Oh, I figured it out," and it's like, "Oh really? I think we all figured this out a while ago." But other than that, the movie's beautiful. It is, I think, really well done, well made, and again, it's freaking gorgeous. But yeah, that was like my biggest gripes with it. Just the villain, her knowing some things that she probably shouldn't. That's like Bruce Wayne not going to see not with his parents when they die. He's like, the fella grabbed the necklace, ripped it off, and the pearls flew everywhere. It's like, how the fuck do you exactly know that? Like, I guess the cops could tell her, but still, or like say like, my father said, "Stop! Don't do that!" And something like that. Like he knew what he was saying, but there was no video evidence or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. It was that was dumb. And then what was the last bit? I literally just brought it up. That Mr. Incredible didn't learn the first time that this is a bad idea. Mind you, it all works out in the end. But still, that was kind of why, in some cases. Even though they set up a lot of side characters with the other superheroes, but I want to know what's gonna happen next with those. Like, are they playing an Incredibles TV series? I don't know if I really want that, but if they do that, I want it to cross over with Big Hero 6. But in any case, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm sure videos that I've done. The links are on my Facebook, control on there somewhere. Tell me what you guys thought, and we will see you later. Oh God. Well.